Well, where shall I begin? I was born in Gary, but I won't go that far back. Uh, I I was in the Navy Reserve out of curiosity because I had been interested in the Civil Air Patrol as a younger person, and also in the ROTC in high school. And I thought I'd try the Navy bit, but just as the Korean War broke out, I was stuck with the Navy, and I'm glad to say that I'm glad the way things worked out. Uh, We were to get married in September, but since I had my call, we moved up our marriage to June 30th. The reason I'm making that a point is that a year later, I spent my first day in combat in Korea, June 30th, my first wedding anniversary. I mean, one evening it was a quiet evening. It was quiet. You couldn't tell the difference between the horizon and the sky. It was just dark. And I was on a bridge, quiet, almost bored. And all of a sudden, we picked up a blip on the radar, on the radar, and then obviously you get uptight. So everybody, we were alerted, and we're waiting, and we're watching this blip coming closer, and then we turned a spotlight on them, and here was a sampan with the North Koreans, and they had a huge mine, and they were pushing it off the side, So with the spotlight, and we turned on, and it goes boom, 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 just blew them all to hell. I was put into a 5-inch gun mount, the big guns, and when we went into Wonsan Harbor that day, and we were firing away, I had. My responsibility was that I controlled the guns to go up and down, whereas my buddy on my other side, he controlled the guns going this way. And not the funny thing, but I must add, I'm a Catholic and I had a rosary in my hand, and I kept following instructions, and we're firing away, and the rosary fell out of my hand and fell into the deck, which had holes in it, and I almost panicked. And all of a sudden, I had a calming period, and I said, "Hey, Ed, relax. Now the whole ship is blessed." On each side of Wonsan Harbor, there were foothills, and they had gun emplacements inside the foothills. As we were sailing in, they would be firing. You'd see an explosion in front of the ship, and then one behind the ship, and on each side as we're moving along. It was extraordinary that God, He was there, and He saved us. For some reason, we didn't get hit. There was no other explanation. There was another incident that really almost brought me to tears. We had North Korean families that were afraid of leaving North Korea because they were told that if we had ever caught the families, we would have raped their daughters and killed the family, which was not true. So this one particular evening, we picked on a radar screen in the dead of night. We picked up a blip, and we turned a spotlight on, and it was a North Korean family escaping. And so we went out, brought them onto our ship. And there was an island off east of Wonsan that there was a little airfield, and that's where we took the refugees. It was kind of heartening to see these little North Korean kids had so much fear in their eyes from us. But anyways, they were safe. It made me more compassionate to the poverty that's going on around the world. I'm thankful for the fruits of my labor. I have to tell you this, and what's making me say this, we were in Hong Kong. Our ship was at a buoy. We were not docked. We had Chinese family come aboard our ship and paint our ship. And for payment, we had in the back of the ship 3 garbage cans. And after we got through with dinner, we would go and scrape all of this food into these garbage cans. And that's what these families took for payment. And when you see that, you're damn well you're grateful that you're living in a country where you have the opportunity to provide for your family from your efforts in regards to something like this food. And I think that's one reason I kept working my butt off, because I don't want my kids and wife to be starving, ever. I think it'd be a good thing if the kids coming out of high school, the way things are going, if they could spend a year or two in the military. I think that'd be a big, big difference in their development of character. I'm proud to be a veteran. I belong to a corps of a unique bunch of guys.